to McPherson.
And this is the fifth time that Dundee United have played in European football in Belgium. And since they last lost here, 1-0 to Standard Liège, a single goal that knocked them out of the UEFA Cup competition, they've played 13 times abroad and only lost 4. And there must be few teams in European football with a record like that. That is an exceptional run by Dundee United, who are playing their 49th European game tonight. And that is the team which played recently against Aberdeen in the Scottish League, winning by 2-0. Standard Liège, who were beaten in the Cup Winners' Final in 1982, led there by number 9, Horst Rubesch, one of the most fearsome-looking players in European football, who captained Hamburg, of course, to the European Cup triumph. And this may not be the most romantic spot in the world, with a pit wing to the right-hand side, behind the terracing, and on the left, a huge ironwork. And the pitch itself has turned out to be a veritable graveyard for Scottish hopes, because this club have played against 4 Scottish teams on this pitch in Europe, and have won all of them. Hearts in 1958, losing 5-1. Rangers in 62, losing 4-1. Aberdeen 3-0 in 67, and Dundee United, of course, 1-0. Liège haven't been playing at all well in the Belgian league, but Jim McLean fancies they've been saving themselves for this occasion. Rubesch leaving it there to Darden. Rubesch has been out of action with an Achilles tendon injury. This is the first time back in a month. Little Tahamata, the Dutch international, little coloured player from South Malacca. Rubesch, David Neri taking a large divot out of this very, very nice pitch. Richard Goff for Dundee United. Kirkwood, notice Billy Kirkwood wearing number 2, and you will understand nowadays that numbers mean absolutely nothing in modern football, and Kirkwood will be up there as he played against Aberdeen with that number, irritating this defence. Now Ralph Mills. Dodds trying to go for it. Well, that's an eaten-up ball, and I think Eamon Bannon is offside. He is. Now the weather in Belgium has taken a turn for the better, because when we arrived here we discovered that the weather had shifted with impeccable timing. The bad weather, that is, from Scotland, and it's been raining very heavily over the past couple of days, but the pitch is really immaculate. It's taken a hammering, but it's looking immaculate. Tahamata. Van der Smissen. Rubesch laying that down for a 1-2, and that's a very dangerous looking ball as Hamish McAlpin comes, and I think a free kick. Richard Goff. Kirkwood making the run, that just has gone over. This was a very interesting ploy on Jim McLean's part when he decided to play Kirkwood against Aberdeen up front, against an excellent central defence, and attack Aberdeen on the flanks, and that's exactly the way he's playing this game. Taken away there by Darden, and now Tahamata. Well, Stark, I think, had to commit himself to do that, because the Standard Liège players were fanning out. Certainly Rubesch was looking very dangerous, lying wide and uncovered on the right. Free kick. Well, it's looking very confident, Hegarty. He rose above that knot of players. Swept in there by Jelicic, the Yugoslavian internationalist, number 2. Oh, that's very careless. Holt was there. Derek Stark, what a useful player he is. Signed by the club as a fullback, but in European games, he's very valuable as a marker, hard runner, ball winner in the middle of the park. Now Mills. That's a good one, and David Dodds is in there. Well, that was an excellent move by United, based on the elusive qualities of Ralph Mills. The quick acceleration and swept across for David Dodds, the merest touch, and unfortunately spooning it up. Kirkwood. David Dodds. Well, it's early days, but United seem to be enjoying the football out there. Malthus. Bannon. Oh, they want that well for themselves. This is John Holt. Here's Bannon. Using the right foot this time. That's Ralph Mills on the far side, but away by Vintak. Holt. Well, that's good play by Holt. David Dodds. Milne. And it's just over. Hitting the angle iron at the back. And once again, United demonstrating that they can play the football very much like the Belgians in counter-attack. Darden. Hard tackle there by Malthus, Maurice Malthus, number 9. 20 minutes gone, still no scoring. That's Tahamata with a limp. What, sorry. Vintak going forward. Grundo. Tahamata. He's in his element going on a defense like that. There's the 1-2. Tahamata and outnumbered eventually. Look at the number of tangerine jerseys that came back to suffocate that move. That excellently drilled Dundee United defense. He had plenty of players in reserve. Ooh, slides away again. That's a goal kick. Muya's number 5 is obviously going to be one of the busiest men on the field. As I say, he's playing sweeper, but he comes forward a lot, and there is a rather wild, outlandish-looking tackle, which rightly deserves a caution, but it's a free kick. Neri. Here's Goff. Picked it up well. Ralph Milne. On his own. Brilliant footwork. He's got to slip it in. Kirkwood couldn't finish it. Well, I think Ralph Milne will become a very marked man after that. He did superbly well to wriggle himself free. They are very hard defenders indeed. And Billy Kirkwood couldn't snap it up. Back go United. Trying to get as many players behind the ball when they build up a move from there. Malthus. Malthus, who played one of his finest games abroad when United played Werder Bremen, the night of the Blitz, when he was one of the players who simply kept his nerve. Holt. It's not offside. Milne with it. Now Bannon, the goalkeeper's out. Bannon, is it accurate enough? It's not. Well, the Belgian players are irate, but United simply played to the whistle, as it were. And that was a wonderful opportunity. The goalkeeper did extraordinarily well to come out there. He really muffled it all. But then Eamon Bannon was left with a goal gaping. Alpers. Oh, good play. Bannon now. It's curled in. Mios. That's a very nervy-looking Standard Liège defense. Rubesh. Leaving it to Vintak. Tahamata. Could feel that was coming. Picked up there by Dearden. Crowd don't like it. Tahamata. Comes from South Malacca. 7 caps for Holland. Moved into Belgian football 3 years ago. Jelishik. Vintak. Dodds. Jelishik, an attacking fullback, so we are told. Hasn't done it much in this match. Well, that's beautifully put inside, and well, I think there must have been 12 judging by Hamish McAlpin's reaction, as Plesser's got one of the few chances, one of the open looks at goal. Taking that, driving it, and there must have been a deflection, corner kick. Well away by Dodds. Very congested in the United penalty area. Tahamata. Well, in the last 15 minutes or so, the Belgians have gone through a very ragged-looking phase. Unsure in defence, not building up the moves with any great feeling of construction and purpose. Bannon, Harden, Dodds, trying to edge it around his player there. Platters. All to Milne. There's only Billy Kirkwood up. Milne, Dodds. So they're picking off Milne very quickly now, realizing only too well the threat involved. Platters. Golf looking for it, man free at the back. Mios. And Hamish McAlpin should get it. Just the odd little incursion by Standard Liège towards that penalty area. David Dodds, Kirkwood is there. Dodds. A little bit impetuous. Milne causing a lot of damage. Mios. Vintak. Picked up eventually by Grundle. Well, I think he made a meal of that. Number 2, Jelishik. That's Richard Goff, lying in good position. There he is. Scotland's right full-back, Billy Kirkwood. Ooh, away he goes. As I said earlier on, Billy Kirkwood is going to take a lot of punishment. I mean, his principal role is just to annoy and harass that central defence, trying to lay it off. for which he will get many bruises. This is Milne. No, not so accurate that time. Goff. Sahamata wanted to go left originally. Well, I'm surrounded by a fair number of not too happy Belgian supporters. Much too early to make sweeping judgments, but they really haven't troubled United all that much. Well, that was a nervy-looking header by Paul Hegarty. I think bothered by the number of players beside him. A little bit of uncertainty creeping in there. Mios, they'll have to watch his man number 5. He's breaking forward a lot. This time it's Plessers. That's it! No, brilliantly, Hegarty. Oh. Now, that is reminiscent of that remarkable save that Paul Hegarty had against Werder Bremen. I don't know if you recall it, when he raced back towards his own goal and somehow miraculously hooked the ball from behind him. Now look at this. I mean, it was easier to put it in the net. Superb display, Plessers again, and that's a bit of a chip. Inspirational defensive play by the United captain. Milne, unfortunate. Really is good to see Milne in action. Scottish football so badly need a player that can try and get to the goal line with speed and skill. Oh, that he would play with a little more consistency. A great asset for Scotland, and the booze, as good an indication as any that Dundee United have had a very satisfying first half. They've had one or two nervy moments, but by and large, I think they've had the better of the game. They've played almost in a Belgian style. They've counter-attacked with great pace. I think Milne has been outstanding, and that lovely little mazy dribble that he had at speed. And then it was that marvellous chance that Eamon Bannon had with a goal gaping and a little sharpness, and Dundee United might have been a couple of goals up by now. As it is, right at the very end, the Belgians had their opportunity to get the opening goal. The ball scraped away as Dundee United suddenly stricken by fear almost. But it's a goalless first half. And as I said, Dundee United can't be too unhappy with the scoreline at this stage. A very long way to go for Dundee United. 45 minutes with the realization that every Scottish team who's come here in Europe has been beaten. And they've played with a great deal of not just determination and character, with a great deal of finesse as well, style. Passing has been quite excellent. Well, having said that, it's quite clear from talking to Belgians at half-time that they are far from happy with the team's performance. Billy Kirkwood. Dodds. Lovely footwork. Bannon. And way back there by Jelici. Just followed him up with the interception. Here's Dodds. Kirkwood, the only player in the Belgian half. Dundee United player. Dearden. Well, Tahamata has perhaps looked the most likely player to try and dent this Dundee United defence. Maybe he does give the platter to deceive in a sense. A lot of his good work dribbling is mostly in midfield. Swept out there by Hegarty. Was a loose ball by Dodds. As Dearden. Through to Mios. Mios going forward again. They'll have to push this man up as much as they can. That was an excellent cross, but he really was hemmed in that corner. Very calmly done by Ralph Mills. Holt. Dodds. That's Bannon. Jelashik with him. Well, he culls it well. Just beyond Holt. Ralph Milne it is. Oh, it's a great effort. David Dodds. Bannon is offside. Another marvellous chance. Little bit unfortunate that Ralph Milne was just inside too much. Couldn't turn back quickly enough. And that goalkeeper hasn't looked at all happy with that kind of ball. Malpa should get that to David Dodds. Seemed to have come through that little rough passage, United. Malpas. I think this is the nearest he's been to the Stade de Liège goal line, and the referee waves play on. Maurice Malpas, a very wiry player. Never gives up. Very often you see a winger going past him, but really has great powers of recovery. Dearden. Paul. Well, that's a good ball to Rubesh. Tahamata coming in, and that's an excellent tackle by Richard Cobb. Very awkward one. Did he get the outside of his foot into it? Billy Kirkwood wants Milne to come to him. Free kick. Quite correct. Paul slid through the ball. Paul, who is the oldest man in his side, just slightly older than Horst Rubesh, who is 32. There's the 1-2, almost pays off. Billy Kirkwood coming up. There's a good ball. Milne goes. Milne. Will he try the chip? And again, and that is a corner kick. Now, what's been given? Yes, it is a corner. Well, that fell to the feet of Milne. I think he was perfectly entitled to go himself. May well have been better for him to chip it towards that top right-hand corner of the goal, because he has the ability. How about corner kick? Grundo. Taken a little too easily now. The counter-attack. Plessers. Tahamata. Derek Stark. Billy Kirkwood wants to take it over and does. And United have only two players downfield, really. There's one of them, Ralph Milne. Oh, what a game he's had. Lacked a bit of a support there. Jelashik. Holt pulling the defence with them, including that wee darting figure, Tamahata. Crowd love him. Yeah, pushed by Rubesh. There's Rubesh. He looks about, half a stone overweight, perhaps more. Oh, good tackling by Goff. There's Goff again, sliding in. Great effort by Goff. He wouldn't give up, but the little winger noticed that. That's good play by Tamahata. He just kept with them all the way. Goff's strength took him there. Kirkwood. Shielding the ball. Oh, he got out of it extremely well. That's a superb pass. Eamon Bannon. Honest, brilliantly saved. Prudhomme narrowing the angle. And it's a very difficult ball to clutch as confidently as that on a night like this. Very slippery indeed. Good move by United. That should be to McAlpin. Now Richard Goff. Down the side, Milne. He has Moyes. Good run by Milne. Rather despairing attempt to cross that over all the same. Out to Holt. Out they come, and Bannon is offside. Well, you saw the white shirts doing that at Hampden Park so often last week. It's very much ingrained into the Belgian way of thinking. The offside trap. Diadon. Moyes. Always getting these balls through. Plessers. Ooh, just past. Grundle. Grundle, the West German player, heading that ferociously. There could have been the slightest deflection. Well, according to the watch, exactly 10 minutes remaining, but there will obviously be injury time now. It might be considerable. Really would be a tragedy if United lost the goal at this stage. They played so well. One or two risky moments, but by and large it's been very good. And away goes Milne. Thought he was slightly body checked. Easy enough ball. Ralph Milne is there. Stark is inside him. There's Stark. Cleverly put out. Richard Goff watching it very closely. Billy Kirkwood. On goes Holt, just a little too late. Obviously very conscious of the way that Stade Liège organized this defensive offside trap. Goff. Kirkwood. Oh. Well, Ralphie Milne is fast, but not that fast. That was number 14. Awesomes, one of the two subs. Vintag. Well, looked to have been put out by Tamahata. Well, you could see that Richard Goff in two minds certainly didn't want to put it back to McAlpin way out of his goal. Rather careless clearance there by Stark. Tamahata fouled, free kick. Kirkwood claiming he died, but no, he was put down. So, 7 minutes left. Now Rubesch isn't there, so that threat in the air is slightly lessened, but there are other big players, and Meos is up as well. Vintak to take it. Not a bad looking ball either. What a superb shot, rammed against that wall. Meos coming in again. He really is dangerous coming from the deep. It holds rather. Well, they're playing it across and dangerously. Well, they can do that all night if they want. Rather stunned Belgian crowd. United have been treated with great respect by the media. The newspapers have written them up because they know what they've done to Belgian teams in the past. Anderlecht, Winterslag. David Dodds almost getting the touch. Meos hardly loses a tackle. Malpas. No, oh dear, 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 dear. That was never offside. That was a ridiculous decision. We were right in line with it. Sometimes linesmen can become almost mechanical puppets in raising their arm. Ask any football manager. The crowd, I'm told, somebody's translating for me, are shouting for the money back. Well, certainly this linesman down here seems to be a homer. Who's a little too much. Exactly 5 minutes remaining. There will be some injury time. Difficult to calculate what it will be. Maybe up to a couple of minutes. Oh, that's neat little play. Tamahata. Oh, Milne with the dummy. That should be towards Bannon, and is. David Dodds. Is Bannon left? Oh, Dodds, a fatal mistake. Bannon is after this, though. Has he got the pace? Ralph Milne's there. Bannon. Nice touch by Bannon. And that's just passed. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Billy Kirkwood was screaming for the ball. And I think one or two of the United players may have been claiming for hands there. And Kirkwood was absolutely in his own. Somehow or other, you saw his arm up there, somehow or other, Bannon didn't seem aware of him.